did you see Biden? I know it's in current events that did you see Biden with Charlamagne? The interview?
That was insane.
No.
I didn't see it.
He goes, if you don't know who to vote for, or he goes, if you don't know not to vote for Trump, then you ain't black.
That's what Charlamagne said?
No. That's what
Joe
Biden
Biden said to Charlamagne.
And Charlamagne
he said,
goes,
if you're still confused about who to vote for, then you're not black. And I went,
What?
Joe Biden said, but he was kind of putting some flavor in the whole interview. Like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Charlamagne went at him. Didn't let him off the hook. Went at him. The other
Can I
thing,
see that?
Yeah, you can see here.
Here's a little clip of it.
Then Joe Biden goes, I spent 40 years trying to take out Joe Biden. And you see he fucks up. He's like, ugh. You're like, what is happening, dude?
Biden is.
Are you a robot?
It's not
good,
get a
dude.
glitch.
Your time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community.
That's insane.
What?
That's really our time.
That was the clip.
Charlamagne goes, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlamagne goes at him.
that's fucking weird left-wing race baiting bullshit. It's so fucking silly. And here's another thing. Oftentimes Charlamagne, he gets really well known for like a lot of his like viral clips where he's going hard on someone. And so I think people make this association that that's what he is. He's this like edgelord. Charlamagne is so fucking smart and measured. He is such a valuable and important broadcaster because like there's not very many people like Charlamagne anymore. He's so fucking good.
He's kind of Joe Rogan for black people. Like he's very knowledgeable.
Point,
he's like he really, he won't back down from things if he believes something.
Yeah, he
do you know him at all?
No, I've been in the same room as the guy at like radio events, but I'm such a big fan. I like, especially coming from that industry, like the pressures that go into not being like him.
Yes. Right.
Every step of the way, like
he's got to start on Wendy Williams,
and
right?
like for him to ascend the ranks in popularity the way he has, while also maintaining this really like unashamedly even and balanced and wealth and then thoughtful
he's
presence.
Authentic. He's honest.
He's really good.
When you're that honest, like I what I notice about him is that he doesn't kiss anybody's ass. When he was interviewing Kanye West, the hard questions he was posing.
Oh, wait till you gotta watch the Biden interview.
Oh, I will.
He doesn't. He's like, no. You keep talking about Trump. I'm not for. What are you gonna do for the black? And he's like going at
Good
him.
question.
And Biden's wasn't ready. Biden was not ready. He thought it was gonna be softballs.
No.
And Charlamagne goes hard.
You
in the paint
need
on
people like Charlamagne asking those questions.
It's just because there's an election.
So that's a good point.
After all this.
Forget being Republican or Democrat. How about just being practical? When you get down to the level of detail to solve real problems, it's all that ideology goes out the window. You got to get practical. That's why I find that people who have to like make a business run. You ever notice how people who have to make a restaurant run or something, they tend to not want to talk about politics. They just want to. They're practical. They tend to want to be like, look, they're moderate. They tend to be sort of like in the middle, kind of sometimes over here. Something. Anytime you run a business, it seems to me that people who talk for a living, like media people, they have the luxury of being all the way over here or all the way over there.
And
the rest
not
of
only
us
that,
can't do
not
that.
only media people, but oftentimes professional intellectuals. And I think that's a big problem with like academics is that obviously some of them, most of them deserve tremendous respect for their intellect and the fact that they've committed their life to learning something to such a great extent. But the problem is that, for instance, economics. If you're an economics teacher at the highest level, if you're teaching at Harvard Business School or Wharton School of Business,
you see this,
but you've never run a business.
Yeah,
everything kind of exists.
It's like being a martial arts teacher and teaching self-defense, but you've never been in a real fight.
Right.
You see that all the time. Or being like a master at a certain kind of karate or whatever, and then talking about MMA. You know, there's something practical about, one of the things I love about MMA is like when I saw Yair Rodriguez, I always talk about this. So Brendan, I saw him kicking and doing, I'm a Taekwondo guy. Mm-hmm. So I'm watching him do all these like kicks and stuff. And I go, but for real, he was so good. I go, it's going to be really hard to solve that problem because he can stand on the outside and wheel kick you, roundhouse kick you and all that. And Brendan said, don't give him to Frankie Edgar, don't do that. I go, I don't know, how's Frankie? And Brennan said, that doesn't work on the higher up guys. And I couldn't understand it. But unless you understand that
Frankie broke him.
Frankie broke him, right? But
He took 3 years
he
off.
knew right away. He knew right away. Why? Because Brennan had practical experience having to solve those problems. Might have 5 kicks. Might have got you don't understand it unless you've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
You get a practical understanding, and then you can recognize. He saw that Yair Rodriguez is really exciting, wonderful. But he also saw the guy's young and still has deficits in this game because he's not an MMA fighter yet, not a complete MMA fighter yet.
Right.
But I also think that's why, like, if someone criticizes a fighter, that's why you'll see me I'll stick up for him, especially when I'm like, dude. Because if you've never made that walk, you really haven't.
Yeah, you haven't been there.
It's tough,
Can't
you know?
say anything.
It's
Well,
like,
I said that
it's
to
like
you.
you're talking to a soldier and you're talking about the time you did tours over in Iraq and you never did them. They're going to be like, dude, what are you talking about? You're so far out. That's not how it works.
Right now,
Yeah.
watch your tone.
Okay. What's going to happen? What are you going to do? Use some of that boxing you've been doing?
Don't you fucking disrespect.